Welcome back, dear students. So after meiosis first, now in this lecture we are going to study meiosis second or second meiotic division. So meiosis is a continuous process, but for our understanding we divide meiosis into two broad stages. This is meiosis first and meiosis second. In the previous lecture we already finished the meiosis first or first meiotic division. Now in this lecture we are going to study meiosis second or second meiotic division. During this stage, actually mitotic divisions occurs in two daughter cells formed during meiosis first. So as we know that at the end of telophase first or meiosis first, two haploid daughter cells are formed. These two haploid daughter cells are enters into the meiosis second. This meiosis second is actually the mitotic divisions that has been occurred here, which gives rise to four haploid daughter cells. So during this stage, actually mitotic division occur in two daughter cells formed during meiosis first and giving rise to four haploid daughter cells. Meiosis second consists of interphase second or interkinesis, prophase second, metaphase second, anaphase second, telophase second, and last is the cytokinesis, that is the cell plate formation. So here one by one we are going to study the stages of second meiotic division or meiosis second. Which are the stages? Interphase second, prophase second, metaphase second, anaphase second, telophase second, and finally cytokinesis. This second is occur due to because it is a meiosis second or second meiotic division. So here interphase second, prophase second, metaphase second, anaphase second, telophase second. So that was given because of it. These are the stages of meiosis second. Okay. So here the first one is the interphase second or interkinesis. The two haploid daughter cells undergoes typical resting stage as that we seen in the mitosis. So before enter into the mitotic division or M phase, the parent cell has undergoes the resting stage that we seen in the gap phase or the preparative phase. Similar kind of resting stage occur in this phase that is referred as interphase second. This intervening stage between telophase first and beginning of prophase second is called as interphase second or interkinesis, in which there is no DNA duplication or replication. So the difference is that here in interphase second there is no DNA replication or DNA synthesis or DNA duplication. Here the two haploid daughter cells that are formed at the end of telophase first are undergoes resting stage. So this intervening stage between telophase first and the beginning of prophase second is called as interphase second, in which there is no DNA replication or no DNA synthesis. Okay. So this is about the interphase second. Now here prophase second. So here we can see these are the two haploid daughter cells that has been formed at the end of meiosis first. Both these cells undergoes meiosis second. Okay. So these cells are both cells are enters into the prophase second. So this is a very short duration stage or a very simple. The chromosomes undergo shortening and thickening. So the chromosome thicken and becomes short. The sister chromatids have already been separated. The two chromatids of each chromosome remain separate except at centromere. So these two chromatids of each chromosome, they get separated, but they are attached at the centromere. Except at the centromere, they are not separated. Spindle formation takes place in prophase second, like the mitotic prophase. Here also the spindle formation takes place in the prophase second, along with the disappearance of the nuclear envelope or nuclear membrane. So nuclear membrane, nuclear envelope has been disappeared in the prophase second. The two chromatids of the each chromosome remain separate except at the centromere. Spindle formation takes place in the prophase second along with the disappearance of the nuclear membrane or envelope. Okay, so this is a very short duration stage, or it is a very simple stage. The chromosomes undergo shortening and thickening. There is a disappearance of the nuclear membrane. Spindle formation takes place in this phase. The two chromatids of the chromosomes remain separated, but they are attached at the centromere. Okay, now both these cells are undergoes metaphase second. Here the chromosome become arranged on the metaphase plate or at the equatorial plate. Here we can see this is the metaphase plate or the equatorial plate. The centromere of each chromosome splits longitudinally, forming two centromeres. So here the centromere, the chromatids are attached, it splits longitudinally. Longitudinally it split. Here is the plane of direction for splitting. Here it splits longitudinally, forming two centromeres. At the end of metaphase second, centromeres are connected to the spindle fibers from respective poles. So these are the two poles. Here the spindle fibers has been arises. You can see clearly these spindle fibers are attached to the centromere. So the chromosomes are arranged on the metaphase plate. These centromeres split longitudinally, forming two centromeres, and at the end of metaphase second, centromeres are connected to the spindle fibers from respective poles. Now in the next stage, that is in anaphase second, these spindle fibers pulls the individual chromosome to the two opposite pole of the cell. Okay. So here this is the anaphase second. Now it begins with the movement of the chromatid to the opposite poles, and they are pulled by contraction of the spindle fiber. So this spindle fiber pulled the chromatid to the opposite poles. The sister chromatids are now becomes individual chromosomes. So here we can see this is the individual chromosome that reach towards the opposite pole of the cell. Here I saw. So both in both cells, in both haploid daughter cells, these individual chromatids now become the chromosome. So they are pulled by the contraction of the spindle fibers to the opposite pole. So this movement of the chromatid to the opposite pole by the contraction of the spindle fiber is characterized by the anaphase second. And the sister chromatids are now become individual chromosome that reach towards the opposite poles of the cell. So this is the anaphase second. Now the last phase occurs, that is the telophase second. Now here what happened here? It is reversed to the prophase second. Nuclear membrane is formed. Here we can see the nuclear membrane around each set of the chromosome. The nucleolus in each nucleus. Here we can see the nucleolus. The chromosome lengthen and become indistinct. So here the chromosomes are now undergoes decontraction. So decondensation. So due to which they lengthen and become indistinct. So nuclear membrane is formed at each set of the chromosome at two pole of the cell. So here two groups of the chromosomes are formed at the two opposite pole of the cell. Now the cell wall formation takes place at the center. So that can forms two daughter cells. So cell wall are formed between the daughter cells at the end of meiosis second. Finally, four daughter cells with haploid number of chromosomes are formed. So here in this cell, the cell plate formation occur at the center. It grows towards the periphery. So here two cells are formed. Here also two cells are formed. So as a result of meiosis second, a total of four haploid cells, four haploid daughter cells are formed at the end of meiosis second. And all these four daughter cells are with haploid number of chromosome. So parental cell that possesses 2n chromosome, that is the two sets of chromosome, but the daughter cells are formed at the end of meiosis possesses haploid number of chromosome or haploid set of chromosomes. Suppose if we take the example of the onion, the 2n is equal to 16. Here it possesses, the diploid cell possesses 16 chromosome, but when such diploid cell undergoes meiosis, 4 haploid daughter cells are formed, but their chromosome number is 8. So it possesses the haploid number of chromosome. So this is the meiosis that ends after cytokinesis. 4 daughter cells with haploid number of chromosomes are formed at the end of meiosis. So here this ends the meiosis. Now the significance of the meiosis. During meiotic cell division, the chromosome number is reduced to half. Due to this, chromosome number in a species remain constant. So the meiosis occurs in the reproductive cell when the chromosome number reduced to the half, and after the fusion of the gametes, the zygote form, it is diploid. So due to which the chromosome number in a species remain constant. Meiosis is playing very important role in reshuffling of genetic material during crossing over. So recombinants or new combinations are occur due to the crossing over that takes place in the meiosis, very precisely in the patching. This is useful for the exchange of genetic materials or the genes between the homologous chromosome. So crossing over is required for the exchange of the chromosome material between the homologous chromosome, and these homologous chromosomes are paired lengthwise, in which one chromosome is of paternal side and other chromosome is from maternal side. So in these two chromosomes, in these two homologous chromosomes, the exchange of the genetic material has been takes place during the crossing over. So that are responsible for the reshuffling of the genetic material. This is responsible for the production of new combinations or the recombinations in the F1 progeny. Random separation of the chromosomes and crossing over in meiosis are responsible for variations in plant and animal species. So variations or the differences that are occurred in the individuals of the species because of the meiosis. Because in meiosis, crossing over and random separation of the chromosome has been takes place. So these events are responsible for the variations or the differences in plant and animal species. Genetic variation is the basic raw material for evolution. So it is the basis for evolution. The new species that are evolved from the existing are due to the genetic variations. Now the comparison between mitosis and meiosis. So this is the end point of our chapter cell cycle, comparison between or the difference between mitosis and meiosis. So here we can see the left side is the mitosis, right side is the meiosis. So in mitosis what happens? This cell division occurs in somatic cells, while meiosis occurs in the reproductive cells. So this is the main difference between the mitosis and meiosis. So mitosis occurs in the somatic cell, while the meiosis occurs in the reproductive cell. It is a short process of 1 to 2 hours duration, while meiosis is a lengthy process, because cell has to pass through these different stages of the meiosis, right from prophase first, that is the leptotin, zygotin, and at the end telophase second, cytokinesis. So it is a lengthy process. The genetic material remain constant, the chromosome number is kept constant, the genetic material remain constant as a result of mitosis, while genetic variability is important feature of the meiosis. These genetic variabilities variability, that is the differences occur due to the crossing over and the exchange of the chromosome material, and also the individual chromosomes from the paternal side and the maternal side. So these are the reasons why the genetic variability or the differences are occurred in the daughter cell or in the progeny as a result of meiosis. After mitosis, the chromosome number is kept constant. The two daughter cells are formed as a result of mitosis from parent cell, so that daughter cells having the same chromosome number as like the parent cell. Here, as a result of meiosis, the chromosome number is reduced to half. So 4 daughter cells are formed that possess the half the number of chromosome than the parent cell. Here, prophase is very simple in case of mitosis, while in meiosis prophase is very complex phase and having many sequential phases. So here these sequential phases like the leptotin, zygotin, pachytin, diplotin, dikinesis. So it is a complex process. Prophase first in meiosis, it is a complex phase and having many sequential phases. In mitosis, there is no exchange of chromosome and crossing over. Here, new combinations are not occur due to mitosis. The daughter cells form are like the parent cell with respect to the number of chromosome, the size, the content. So, there is no exchange of the chromosome and crossing over. Here, in meiosis, there is the exchange of chromosomes and crossing over. At the end of mitosis, 2 daughter cells are formed, while at the end of meiosis, 4 haploid daughter cells are formed. Okay, 4 daughter cells are formed. Here in mitosis, 2 daughter cells are formed. So these are the differences between the mitosis and meiosis. So this ends our chapter cell cycle. So the cell cycle comprises various stages of the cell cycle, that is the interphase, M phase, then we study the mitosis and finally the meiosis. So this ends our chapter, cell 10th chapter, that is the cell cycle in plants. Okay, thank you. Stay home, stay healthy, be happy.